Hey. Hey, hi. Hey, hi, hello. We're on another run. We're back on Connie. She got the cologne last time. That was a fun, good one. This run is coming right after, actually like maybe an hour after everybody left, after we did a little bit of Pandemic Legacy Season 2. It's a good bundle of surprises at the start of Season 2. We lost our first game. We won our prologue game, but we lost our first actual game in a very, very close manner. So the things that you have to do in order to win kind of keep growing. Well, they don't necessarily keep growing, but they grow at least a little bit early on. And ooh, that was a weird dodge. And in the prologue, which is just a free game where you play the game in like a non-legacy kind of style, you familiarize yourself with the newness, the changes to the rules that are present, and it's kind of a nice little introductory experience, which is really helpful. Dang. Oh my god, he leaned all the way into it. I am all about that. Dude, I wish I hadn't felt that I had to do that, but I felt that, oh fuck, that I had to do that. Anyway, Season 2 is not totally different from Season 1, which is, it's interesting the ways that they changed it while still retaining enough similarity to the last season, and they kind of continued the story in a pretty interesting way. Overall, I think the Pandemic games are freaking dynamite, and I think that the long form gameplay idea is just fucking great. Like, all the characters in this one, instead of getting scars and potentially dying because they're in an outbreak, which was the big threat of the last one, they have scratch off marks on the player card. You get to create your characters this time, and you get to pick from a list of jobs, but those characters have these scratch off things where if they're in a place that gets plagued, you scratch it off and you can either get a scar or you can just get a freaking skull, and the skull is death. And we're doing everything in our power to avoid scratching those off, maybe to the extent of us losing the game through sheer cowardice. You know, we're resilient because, you know, those are permanent things. You lose a character, you lose the ability to do certain things. They gave us 5 characters to start off with, so they're expecting us, I think, to lose a character pretty early. Or not necessarily early, but at least early enough that we could potentially lose one before we gain new characters. They gave us 5, and then there are also non-special, like, filler characters that you can get in the meantime if the other characters die. It's just, like, it's just so incredibly well thought out to include that kind of stuff, where, like, they want the tension to be there, but they don't want it to be necessarily so overwhelming that, I already found the secret. That, you know, you're paralyzed to make a move. And the prologue chapter was really useful. I think they didn't include a prologue necessarily in the last one because I think that they maybe assumed that people had played Pandemic non-legacy But Season 2 has enough difference. So in Season 1, the board was constantly filling up with these disease cubes, and it was your job to keep clearing them off, you know? You would do everything in your power to keep taking away the disease cubes. In this new version, you are potentially, like, the whole point is you have to keep stockpiles up in order to, you got to keep supplies up, I mean, in order to defend against this plague coming in. Once you run out of, you know, stockpiled provisions or whatever, the plague comes in on the next time that card is picked. And, excuse me, and then starts, like, leaning into the area. You get outbreaks you can get outbreaks a lot faster in this one, too, which is not too good. Instead of it being one card that can show up multiple, you know, that would have to show up multiple times through multiple flips of the whole deck, now there are multiple cards that can show up, like, in a row, and they only do one instead of doing the same kind of numerous approach that they did last time. Okay, there we go. That actually was a really good use of the old thing. That was a good spot. Nice choke point. But yeah, it feels like, so now you have to keep these things on, and you can kind of load up areas. There's a maximum number you can have total, but because there's only 36 supply cubes as of yet. We think that number might increase as we get more cities. Oh, there's another cool thing, and this is all extreme spoilers for anybody that's planning on playing slowly through Season 1 and into Season 2. The map it's got like a fog of war kind of thing going on where you can't see the whole map right out the gate. You know, so we're only seeing, it looks like the Atlantic Ocean and areas that are connected to the Atlantic Ocean by like sea routes is all we're getting so far. Eek. Some of the descriptions make it seem like it's definitely not going to be the case that everything is connected by the sea for good. That sucked. Wow. Anti-wow. Well, at least we got an extra key. We'll be able to open a chest this time around. Ooh. Ooh. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know. I like, it kind of sucks. We lost the game by one bad turn when, you know, a lucky roll would have essentially, we had everything in line to finish it. We knew we were going to lose if the roll was unlucky in exactly the way that it ended up being unlucky, but we had kind of let ourselves get carried away fixating on side problems instead of maintaining. Fuck, dude, that's so shitty. Ooh. Because you have to have, every game, at least so far, every game has been about balancing long-term and short-term objectives. The short-term objectives are keep everything from going critical. The long-term objectives are progress the kind of story stuff. So we were able to win the initial game where we had no long-term objectives, specifically because we could focus exclusively on those shorter-term things. Dude, these guys suck with their barf. They always barf a safe path for themselves. It's really gross that they do that. But no one called them classy. I mean, no one I know. That's incredible. That's incredible and unexpected. Expected, excuse me. Excuse me. I'd like a key shop. That'd be like #1 all the way. You know what game I downloaded yesterday? It was Okami HD because I got it with Humble Bundle. And man, I fucking loved Okami when it came out. I think I played it on the PlayStation 2, or maybe I think I might have actually just played the Wii version of it. Because I remember it being like, everyone's like, oh, it's so much better being able to paint with the motion controls. And, you know, I agree. But they just released, I guess, I don't know if they just released, or it's just at some point they released a quote-unquote HD version of it for PC. The game looks awful. Like, I mean, the art style is still cool and all of that, but it's got a lot of like super muddy textures. Maybe HD is not where we are right now. Maybe we're in Ultra HD. It wouldn't let me put the resolution higher than 1080p basically, and the frame rate is like a hard locked 30. They didn't spend a lot of time like making the game ready for PC, which is strange for a game that came out, that, you know, is coming out like, I think decades after its initial launch. When did Okami come out? No ammo. Okay. It's alright. Gunsing is a great boss weapon, and I'm very happy to have it. There's gonna be a freaking... Don't worry about it, there's gonna be a freaking key shop. There's gotta be. Just look at the way things look right now. Jeez. What a shitty spot to be in. Whoa, whoa. Okay, this one's a mimic. So we'll take it on first, but I think all the other ones are free. Don't kill the chest. Come on, dude. That's so shitty of you. He's stuck behind the round chest. I wasted my fire. Oof. Yikes. Wow. Okay, let's... Let's teleport a little bit around and maybe open some of the other chests in the meantime. That's really upsetting to me. Sniper Wolf, I think. Yes. The water gun is useful because we don't have any freaking dang things. Okay, so we gotta do this. We gotta do it right. And then this is going to be another passive item, right? No. It's a gun. I want to do that. And I know at some point I'm going to get rid of Excalibur, so it might as well be now. Like... Alright. 125 going in. That is a really good... A really good kind of like start for this next one. Oh, I don't have water in here. Oh, I'm so thirsty. I can be super cowardy with the pup there. Oh, and with this gun that I don't like. Oh. Dude, this room is insane. It's... Oh, fuck. What? Did he... Maybe I had some ricochet going on, but I think the wolf did most of that. God, I've seen like at least a handful of times a treasure chest drop right under that rolling pin. I'm gonna talk to him for two reasons. One, the thing could be in here, and two, a reminder. And so the two boss weapons I have is one's a big damage, slow style, long reload weapon, and the other is a basically I could shoot forever. Much more. It's going to be easy to switch between the two. Is the gist of what I'm very slow. Oh God. Two extremely overreactive dodges. And of course I don't... I mean, of course this is not the right way. You can tell by the layout. But what I can't tell is what is the right way. It's good. Remember, you have invincibility. Sometimes in this game, I really wish it would just be a little faster. Like, find out the secrets and stuff. I wish I would. I always get them so late, like after being nervous for so long. Oh God, I didn't actually roll the way I thought I was going to be. Or meant to. Oh, I hate when I'm holding the old crest. I hate how, like I sound nervous to myself. Oh, good lord. There's like nobody here. What's the point of being nervous? Sweet. The very last room. It's kind of weird to me that that it gives you map complete before the boss is revealed. You know what? I'm just gonna blank that one. Eeeh. Let that one get a little closer than I can't. I mean, I can't not use it in this situation. I hate that I can't not use it. And that's it from this floor, right? Yep. Well, we'll get this. Oof. Doof. Boof-a-loof doof. That's rough. That is rough shit. That floor was not in any way satisfying. So, blasphemy plus laser, science laser, which has no synergies because it couldn't even, there was like no desire. Oh yeah, and table tech rockets, yikes. No desire to really turn it into something good. There's a lot of guns and items in this game, and it feels like they really wanted to give at least some chance. Table or science cannon, they're just like, no, this thing sucks, dude. It sucks and you're stupid if you use it for any reason other than just burning through. It has been a very, very long time since I've had the blasphemy. Oh, that little bit of knockback is cool. Dude, every time table tech rockets is going to catch me off guard. At least till I get to a situation where I use it for like a mega kill, like right here. Yeah. Mega kill of one bullet can. I wish they were like wider or something if they were going to be used for this, you know? Or they caught on the edges more or something. They seem to slide by a lot of the time. Saying slide made me think of Sly Stallone, the lyric from fucking Miami by Will Smith. Yeah. Something Sly Stallone, Miami, my second home. That's it. It's all that popped into my head. Greaves are a big maybe. I think it all depends on whether or not keys cooperate. I'm just gonna go ahead and oh man, say it. This is one of those runs where I'm gonna try to get to the boss fight as soon as possible. Mostly because I want to be done with it. So with that in mind, I think the boss fight is probably this way. Yeah. Just gonna burn every single... Whoops. Damn. That was dumb. Oh my god, that was extremely dumb. Oh, why did I think I still had charge? I just wasn't paying any attention. Dude, what a fucking dodge roll. Well, I took like 3 hits that took 4 damage. And we're going to completely fill up, of course. 603. 68. Maybe we're not going to fill up. Now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, so we got an extra key. That's really actually big. Oh wait, no, we do have... Right, I can't use this. That's fucking fantastic. Well, okay. So we actually genuinely have screwed up. And cannot use blasphemy. God, I just can't believe how much fucking damage I took there. Dude, every time, all the time. Oh, these second secret rooms, or I guess first secret rooms, Bullet Hill or Abbey are just so god-awful. Omar, god-awful. So we have 97. Screw you, Greaves. I think I'm gonna destroy the... Ooh. That was the wrong call. This is gonna give us ice water. Not ice water, but... something just as bad, perhaps. Well, anyway. Let's just go. I have so much superstition for this run right now. Mostly I think that, like... I guess we'll use this for a little bit. I feel like I have to use this because I'm not going to get any ammo because it's been really not forthcoming on this one. Nope. Okay. There's other guns that we can fill up. If it comes forth. Jesus Christ, that fucking scared the shit out of me. I'm, like, absolutely shocked that I haven't hit myself with a Table Tech Rockets table yet. Okay, so I fucking didn't need to save a key. Well, maybe. Oh, my lord. I actually think that with rocket-propelled rocket bullets, I think they're just called rocket bullets, right? This thing does some crazy damage, and it bounces enough to actually maybe be useful as a room clearer. For a while, at least. Jesus Christ, that was fast. Okay. Key and 2 blanks. Ow. Wow. Why does it seem like those bullets are reloading quickly? I get why it seems like they're flying quickly, but I don't get why it seems like they're reloading more quickly than usual. That's good. No health is, or no key is kind of a bummer, but let's go use this first. I think I'm gonna have to use, well, I mean, of course I'm gonna have to use the same 2 guns that I've been using. But I think I'll be able to fill them up. I should get 20% done in a bunch of different guns, though. Or just not care. Use guns that I don't care about refilling. And this could be such a good gun. All you would have to do is take off the penalty to piercing. Even through a synergy, and it would be just like a fix. You'd be holding on to it just for the chance to get that synergy. Dude. I've been thinking a lot about Animal Crossing, and I know I'm gonna get it for Jackie, but I'm like getting closer to like also getting it for myself as I think about it more and more, just because like it's like filling my own brain with hype, even though I've never played a game in the series and I don't necessarily care about the series. I'm like, I've given myself a case of the old hype brain about it. But I definitely won't be buying a version of it for my own Switch, and then a version of it for Jackie's Switch, and there's no way to have more than one save, I don't think. If I knew where the secret room was, I'd buy a thing, but I don't know where it is. Okay. Gotta put my money where my mouthy is. A green, a green. I think overall that was probably not the right call. I think these two guns that I got, they're not going to serve a whole heck of a lot of purpose. If anything, they're just going to be... They're going to be guns that I burn through so I can get to guns that I care about. Or so that I can save guns that I care about. So cool thing about this floor is if I make it to the rat and don't die, I gain... Oh, we have freaking Marines boosted thingy. Medal of Valor. Right up, right up, right up. Ooh. That was scary shit. What the hell? Why is this dog barking so much all of a sudden? I almost went for the table tech. Whatever. Table tech shove. Like that. Oh, fuck. Too fucking many of these guys, dude. I hate this room so much. It's okay. We're gonna get two things. No. Right. We're gonna get two full hearts, so it's not as bad as I'm making it out to be. But... And we got one on the way, so... God damn it, I can't change weapons in a situation like this. Okay. It is smart to just, I guess, see what's in the next weapon slot. Anything else I give it to will get a full charge. So... buttons. I think we're gonna just freaking give it to that. Because the weapons I'm actually gonna use are already full. And I immediately thought maybe I should use this weapon at least until I get a charge. This feels like Final Fantasy stuff. Like the kind of like positioning feels like many of the new Final Fantasy XIV raid bosses. Less the same thing every time, but more blasting through. Wow. Wow. This attack, huh? That's the new challenge for me. It's always something. Alright, and I used every single one of my blanks, which was something that I was actually striving to make sure I did. Snowballets are really good, but without Queen Gungeonant, the Gungeonant, or whatever it's called. What is it called? It's not called Queen Gungeonant, is it? I think that Daruma might not be the better call in this one, unfortunately. Not super thrilled about those rewards, but it's either that or nothing. No, it's not better. It's like, it's not better for this situation. It's just unfortunately not. I think I have 0 curse. Oops, I should probably open them. Yeah, it's still just such a bummer that, like, there's always these active items you just can't pick up, and then there's a room that gives you the ability to pick up as many active items as you like. Oh yeah, Daruma would have been an absolute dumb shit maneuver there because of Big Sack. Eat 'em up. Big Saki Jawea. Now what this run needs is a few things. Oh, snowballets with that is actually incredible. I don't know if the damage increases, but just the targeting increasing is a pretty good start. I should look that up. Snowball. It's in size and damage. Okay, so it's essentially lump of coal. Okay. Well, that's not exactly right, because lump of coal is only increases in size because they increase in damage, and damage directly correlates to size in Isaac. Am I getting rid of anything yet? There's a lot we're going to get rid of eventually. Nothing yet. Baby. Not getting rid of anything yet. Baby. I'm still gonna be rocking guns that I'm just rocking to use the ammo up on. You know, I wonder, there've been like, I don't know about countless, but there have been a bunch of movies specifically about this like exact situation we're in with Corona V, where it's like, where it kind of feels almost too similar to these movies. Like there's all this documentary, these movies about like epidemics and all of that, and then it just like happens. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy or anything like that, because that's fucking stupid, but like it just kind of feels like, why the fuck aren't we to some degree more prepared for this, you know? Like, how the fuck did we get caught off guard when we've been writing this script for the last like 2 decades? It feels like we've been telling this tale, and then it's like, what? It happened? What are we supposed to do? We had no idea we'd need to do anything about this. And like, part of me kind of wonders if it's like, because it's been fiction in the minds of so many for so long, that we're underprepared for it. Like, it just seemed outlandish. It's like, oh, why didn't we plan for, you know, Star Wars to happen? Why didn't we plan for Jar Jar Binks or whomever, or Darth Maul? You know, it's just, it feels like because it's been fictionalized so much, it's actually weaker. We're less prepared to deal with it as a real situation with real implications. Because that's how I view it. Because this is like, it's a little fucking on the nose, is what it feels like. It feels a little too much like people made all these predictions and stuff, and then exactly the predictions that they made happened, and then people are like, we had no idea that exactly this would happen. Like, it's huge fuel for conspiracy theorists to have something that everybody has discussed, super bugs and all that shit, for like a decade be a thing that becomes reality. Yellow chamber for 90. I mean, yeah, we're gonna get it because we have no curse. But dang, surprise. You know, it's like if we freaking turn on the first self-improving AI and then it plays out exactly like whatever that terrible Johnny Depp movie was that I didn't see. Ooh, dang, I lost a bunch of guanis. A bunch of guanos there. Or it turns out to be exactly Terminator, you know? Like, you'd be like, I told you so, but it's like, yeah, we didn't believe it because it seemed like if dumb people, human beings writing blockbusters, could come up with this, it can't be the reality of what would happen. It's just too dumb. You get out of here. Yeah, secret here. Secret here. Alright, well, let's just do it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got LaFleur. Wait, no, that's the flower, I believe. We got LaFleur. Oh boy, we gotta sell this. I almost proceeded with the science cannon in hand. I know I'm leaving the Koopa Troopa gun, and that's surprising enough, but I'm not taking this. I'm a sack of shit. Uncle sack of burning shit. Let's scoot. I still didn't grab my fucking water. Didn't I have curse earlier? Oh, I had Excalibur for like a floor or so. Oh my god, I left it. I fucking left it, dude. I left TT Ray, or TT Rock. Okay. I don't know what my other weapon is. It's probably a fire weapon, which is a red Undead right now. Yeah. Don't destroy the thing. Oh, fire is permanent? Fire is permanente? You know what? I'll keep it. Am I fireproof? No, no. Okay. Shoot him. You did it. You guys can cut that shit. To my friend. He's one of you. My 4 millions. 4 millions. I almost said Forsaken. That's longer than hell, dog. I wonder what it's like. Jackie's listening to Adventure Time. I can hear LSP talking. Lumpy Space Princess is, I'm pretty sure, I don't want to guarantee anything, but I'm pretty sure is voiced by the showrunner Pendleton Ward, or the show creator Pendleton Ward, I should say, who I believe left after like season 3 to pursue his own interests with like Bravest Warriors and just Frederator, his like YouTube channel, and just kind of I think to rest on his like millions. Maybe it wasn't as early as season 2, but he definitely left at some point, and it became Adam Muto became the showrunner after that, and he still voices LSP, Lumpy Space Princess, and I always feel like it'd be weird to be voice actor for a character on the show that you have passed on to other people. You know, like, not that he necessarily left on bad terms or anything like that, but just that, like, it's got to be weird for your creation to become someone else's baby, you know? Like, I know that, what was his name? Dan Harmon, who is an overreactor, if there ever was one, basically said that, like, when his show was taken over by new showrunners, he said, oh God, how did he phrase it? It's like, okay, yeah, it's like watching your family be tied down on the beach and just raped repeatedly in front of your eyes. You know, paints a vivid picture, is a little insane of a thing to say, but I think the point is understood, at least to some degree. Like, not something that any sane person would say, not a way that anybody would phrase it if they had a regular functioning human brain. Oh Lord. But you know, that's not why he makes the good shows. He doesn't make those good shows because his brain's so normal and regular functioning. It's because he has that sex doll that he loves. That's why he makes the good shows. Yes. So we're going to be big, whip to small, and then back to big. But a different kind of big. Were there any keys in here? There were. So we're going to go open everything. Okay. That's neat. That's real neat. And party every day. Oh boy. That one sucks. But everything else? Sassy boo. Dang, these things are coming out fast and fat. Whoops, well, didn't mean to use it, but I meant to just equip it. I just was kind of pressing all the buttons. All the buttons that I had. Dude, the reload on that is stupidly long. I wonder what the best way to do this is. I think I'm gonna launch this and explode simultaneously. See if it all gets under the DPS cap. It totally did. That was insanely fast and powerful. Right? Yeah. I feel like that was a run where I would have known if I had missed one of them. How much is the eyepiece here? And then we're gonna get ammo. Or your mammo. Mammo-re. Ammo for your tit. And yeah, let's just keep using this. This is silly enough to be a fun way to do BH. BH. It's like my favorite fruit juice, BH. We got an email from work. I got an email from work today about the whole situation. It's kind of an update. The email that they initially sent out was pretty curt. It sounds like the name of like an old pimp or something. But it was pretty curt, pretty to the point. I think mostly just confused and frustrated with the situation. Basically, the email they sent this time was like, we're not telling you guys that we're firing all of you, because that was a fear that some people had. There was this like insistence on not saying that they were going to keep everybody on staff, which I think is a liability concern, and I think is the main reason that they that they didn't say that, and that they emphasized that they couldn't say that. But they're like, we're going to do everything in our power to keep everybody back on as soon as the situation blows over, which is great, and what a lot of people needed to hear. They also said, if you have any sick leave, stop it. If you have any sick leave, you will be paid for it, which is like, again, just great and reassuring. You know, sick leave is like required by law, and I guess they technically could hold on to it instead of paying it out, but they gave you the option to opt out of it if you wanted to maintain your sick leave in case you get hired back on. But I think almost everybody's going to be like, cash that shit in. Who knows how this whole shebang is going to go. I think it's going to be this one. I'm always wrong about this, but I like to pretend that I can look at the map and tell. Dude, bouncy bullets with snow bullets would be so fucking good. Basically, the way that I pick which direction I think I should go is I go with the one that is my absolute gut, and then I go a different direction. Like, so it's like a constantly evolving, like, what my gut is. It's like you have to like triple and quadruple guess yourself on this, or I do. Because as soon as I think I got it down, I feel like the awareness, it's like, it's Heisenbergian. It's like, as soon as my strategy is observed, it's no longer a functional strategy, you know? The observation of the thing ruins the thing. That's not how quantum mechanics works. It's not about ruining it. But the superposition of states goes away, so. I know, I get it. I'm being a little simplistic. Well, we actually picked correctly both times this time. Or what I think is the first time in a long time. Oh, I forgot all about this, wow. I wonder if I'm gonna get any kind of extra damage from the punch itself. Thanks. Who knows? It was so fast as frick. Oh man. Well, I guess it does more damage overall. Just does, I don't know why it feels like shotguns are better, you know? Yeah, that's so much better. I mean, I know I got some extra bonus benefits going on there, but that's so much better. Oh, that's amazing. There is a light that shines special for you, my baby. And a perfect lich. Perfect phase 3. Jackie? There is a light that shines special for you, my baby. Let's see if my theory continues that since we made more money than we made kills, we made more good on the run. I think it also has to do with when you don't have shit you can toss away. You're more desperately holding onto every gun, so the run is inherently bad. It's circular reasoning. Oh no! I mean, wow. I made a bunch of money on that run. I thought it was definitely up